Okay. So good to be here. Can't wait to Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Center of Des Moines. I am Stevie Lang, and I am just thrilled to see all the faces that I see as I look around. We have a beautiful event planned today, the first of the year Burning Bowl ceremony. Thank you, Doug, for the intro music, and we've got a lot more music coming up. If you didn't understand or didn't happen to grab a piece of paper and a writing utensil in the back as you came in, now is a great time to just pop up and grab that. So what we'll do, and we'll guide you through the process, but at some point today, we will guide you to come up to the front with whatever you've written on that paper that you want to let go of, and we'll physically burn it. So yes, it feels great. So if you didn't grab your paper, go ahead. Like I said, now is a great time to do that. So if you did not see the newsletter on Tuesday, please look for it, / go to the website, unitydesmoines.com, and click on the newsletter box. And the reason for that is at the top where it has the, did you know? I've got a link to the 2026 directory for Unity Center of Des Moines. I've also got some paper copies that I'll have in the back afterwards. If paper's your thing, it's much easier for me if you just go to the form and fill it out, because then I don't have to type or decipher handwriting. But if you happen to be I don't do tech, then that is okay. I'm here for you too. Also, all of those questions are completely optional with the exception of a few of them. But like, don't be overwhelmed by the number. Like, fill out what you can. All of it is appreciated. And what it will help us do is we have some changes. We have some board seats that are coming up next year. We have some things that we got to get done and excitement moving forward and really building this community. And so that directory is going to help us do that. So if you're here for the first time and you're like, I don't even know if this applies to me, it does. So go to the website, unitydesmoines.com, click on the newsletter, and you'll find that link. And like I said, I also have paper. All right, special events in the sanctuary coming up later today at 5:15 is Kirtan. And then at 6:30 p.m. Is a full moon sound meditation. If you have not seen the moon recently, oh my goodness. So there is a meditation that supports the energies of that full moon. Sounds for the Soul by Deb Jennings will be here in the sanctuary later today. Then Tuesday, January 6th, there's always Sounds for the Soul midday meditation right at noon. And in addition to that, Deb is offering a gong along practice where if you've taken her gong classes before and know how to use the mallets and whatnot, it's an opportunity to get to play. And she's going to have that the first Tuesday of the month for the year 2026. So next, if you haven't done it and you want to play, watch for her next class so that you can participate in that. Then next Sunday, on the 11th, after the service, Deb is going to be offering a New Beginnings sound bath meditation that's working with the 111 portal, January 11th. And she is offering that on a donation basis. So usually if you come to a full moon meditation, it's $20 to participate. And this is going to be for a donation. And we just ask to please give more if you can and less if you can't, and just to come be part of that energy. if you are called to do it. Regular events are on the calendar at unitydesmoines.com, along with the newsletter with the directory link. And if you ever want to rent the space for events, all of that information is there too. We are truly a co-created community and we want to hear your suggestions. So if you have a prayer request or a suggestion, there is a box in the back. You can just drop it in there and we will pull those out and review those. And if you want to leave contact information, and want to be contacted, we will do that, but we will not chase you down. We are a welcoming, come as you are community. So without further ado, let's get into our event today. We start with song. The lyrics are going to be up on the screen. You are free to sing along. And we have Deb Jennings and Susan Kellogg that are going to lead us.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we are to be choice. When we find ourselves in a place just right, we'll be a valley of love and light. Simplicity is free, always together we won't be ashamed. Eternal, we are united by eternity. We come from it is a gift to be loved, and a love to return. It's a gift to be taught, and a true gift to learn. And when we start to others, when we try to be trained, and we're all really together and learn to say. Simplicity is gained. Power is together. We won't be ashamed to turn. We are united by turning. We come round right. 'Tis a gift to have friends and a true friend to be. 'Tis a gift to take of others, not to only think of me. And when we hear what others really think and really feel, then we'll all live together with the love that is real. Together we won't be ashamed to turn, we'll be to the lighter, turn, we come round.
Can we get a round of applause and appreciation from our song leaders? And also, can we give a round of applause of appreciation to Clayton in the sound booth, who came early today, provided the lighter that we're going to be using later, because he picked it up on the sidewalk and it just worked out. So thank you. Thank you, Clay. All right, let's see here. I have lost my place. My apologies. We do things a little different today. Let's do the statement of faith. I did the announcements before the song and got myself confused. So let's do the statement of faith. It is on the screen. And this is what we are claiming for ourselves and each other. There is only one power active in my life and in the universe, the divine source of all life and love. Next, the unity affirmation. And as we say this, if we could really allow the feeling of oneness to fill us, maybe uncross your legs and hands and just sink into your chair and affirm that Unity of Des Moines is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others. And with this spirit of oneness, I invite you to tune in to that divine within you. the source of love, the source of all. And as I read these following names, imagine that connection to that same oneness within them. Elena, Ali, Alexander, Annabelle, Brittany, Carla, Seal, Chad, Dennis, Dawn, Deb and family, Denny, DJ, Elizabeth, Jean, Jack, Jennifer, Jesse, Jody and family, John, Jutsana, Karen, Carrie, Kim and family, Christina, Laura, Larry, Linda, Lynn and family, Marty, Mick and family, Muhammad, Matthew, Paul, Pam, Patrick, Rahima and Yasmin, Rienzo, Celine, Scott, Skylar, Star, Susan, Terry, Victoria, and people with struggles we know nothing about. The daily word I'm going to read today is taken from Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10, which says, "Do not fear, for I am with you, and I will strengthen you. I will help you." An exhausted parent summons the strength to comfort a frustrated child. A team member prepares for a necessary yet difficult conversation. A timid person finds the courage to say no. With a loving heart, we summon the strength from the source of all energy and wisdom. Focusing on the center of being, we draw from the infinite flow of life. Sometimes quiet, sometimes expressive, the power of strength helps us move when it's time to move and stay when we're called to stay. With strength, we can inform and uphold boundaries to help others and ourselves. With strength, we can open to vulnerability and break down walls. In situations where people are divided, we can hold space for opposites to draw together. Like a runner continuing to move forward when the body wants to stop, we can summon strength to meet our challenges and respond with love. The affirmation that goes along with this, I'll say it once, and then if we can all say it together, is this: I summon strength from the love of all creation. I summon strength from the love of all creation. Okay, so I think it's time for our next song. And again, the lyrics will be on the screen. Susan and Deb will lead us. And we love it when you raise our voices too.
I read the peace that I know. I experience from my life, and my heart is open wide, 'cause I'm only no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only born. I release and I let go. I spirit from the light. And my heart is open wide, 'cause I'm only you. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only Yes, round of applause, please. Thank you. That really is why we're here, to love each other and ourselves. And without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest speaker today, our beloved Carrie England, who's always a good time to listen to, knows what's up. Please welcome Carrie England.
Wow, this is a really big crowd. Thank you all for showing up. I don't know if I always know what's going down, but I'll try. So I'm so happy to be here with you today on this first Sunday of 2026, starting a new year together. To our guest, welcome. To my friends and family, thank you for coming and for being my cheering section. It means a lot to me. And there are some people here that I didn't know were coming. So I'm really excited to see you too. So thank you all. I also want to thank our special guest, Chip. He is an amazing musician, and I'm so excited for what he has to share with us today. So thank you for being a part of this, Chip. I appreciate you. And I guess my daughter Maya's here, so she's my favorite kid today. And my mom is here, so thank you both for being here. And of course, my wife in the back. I have to put her in the back so she's not distracting. So there you go. So following my talk, we have the burning bowl ceremony, which is a wonderful unity tradition. Of symbolically burning what no longer serves us, release it, and start fresh. And I guess I've been asked to speak during the burning bowl ceremony now a few times. So I'm really starting to believe that maybe my spiritual gift is inspiring people to burn things. And I've always loved that our path to spiritual enlightenment involves controlled pyrotechnics. And actually, it's the one day of the year we get to be holy and a little bit of an arsonist at the same time. So you guys are in for a treat. But in all seriousness, the fire is just the beginning. The work is what happens in our hearts once the smoke clears. It's about making room for the simple path of being a good human. And that's what I want to talk about today is the path to being a good human. And you might have noticed on a table in the foyer, there's a basket and there's some little bracelets. They're very small and in very tiny writing. It says, be a good human. So you have to really want to read it. And it says 2026. So it's just a very tiny reminder for this year to be a good human. So 2026, what comes up for you when you think about this year? Hope, excitement, and or is it that constant comparison, the feeling that we aren't enough exactly as we are? And I have to tell you that the new year usually makes me feel like I need to change something about myself. Usually my body size or my amount of activity or maybe the food I eat or my dreams or my goals, so on and so forth. But this year, I'm not going to focus on fixing anything at all or changing a single thing. This year, I'm letting go of the pressure to be better. Instead, my heart is telling me that the most sustainable way to live is to get back to the basics and just focus on being a good person. Am I speaking okay into this microphone? Okay, thank you. In fact, one of the most profound New Year's resolution we can make this year is to simply commit to the sweet, steady work of being a good human. For me, this year isn't about a list of resolutions I'll break by February. It's about a commitment to show up with kindness and curiosity moment by moment. I want to invite you to join me in a new kind of resolution. The belief that simply being a good human is more than enough. There is so much turbulence in the world right now that we can't control. And I'm not suggesting that you put your head in the sand or that you ignore what's going on in the world. Of course, I'm not suggesting that, but I am inviting you to focus on what you can change,
Yes.
which is very small. You can change the way you think, you can change your attitude, you can change your actions, you can change your heart. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. So I have a yoga teacher. Well, I have an old yoga teacher in the room that I didn't know was going to be here, Katie. Yay. Anyway, but my yoga teacher actually lives in Olympia, Washington, where my sister lives. And when I'm there, I get to do yoga with her live, but mostly it's on Zoom. And she teaches a beautiful concept, which I know you're probably all familiar with, called the Four Immeasurables. And that's the Buddhist virtues of loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. In simple terms, it's the practice of unconditional love, compassion for those who are suffering, celebrating the successes of others instead of being jealous, and staying steady when life gets messy. And I'm 100% positive that Deb has led us in loving kindness meditations before, where we repeat a phrase like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe. And then we gradually expand those wishes from ourselves to our loved ones, then to neutral people, then to difficult people, and then finally to all sentient beings on the planet, including animals and birds and fish, any animal or sentient being, and what?
Worms.
And worms, yes, and worms. So so that's what we do. We extend it outward. And when we practice these four immeasurables, we stop seeing ourselves as separate from everyone else. And we start to see that being good to ourselves is being good to, and being good to the world are actually the same thing. And I'll say that one more time. Being good to ourselves and being good to the world are actually the same thing. I forgot there's a camera on me right there. Hello, people in online land. All right, so I think we could change the world with this practice. And scientific research actually shows that a loving kindness meditation reduces self-criticism, it lowers stress, it makes stronger relationships, and it even allows people to tolerate pain better. So it's a really good thing to do. But I didn't always have this tool. To give you some context on why this practice matters so much to me today, I want to share something a little personal with you. So I like to party a little too much in my 20s, and maybe I'm not alone. And I got clean and sober in 1989. And at the age of 29, I was sent to a 12-step program. And for over 30 years, my life purpose was defined by me. It wasn't defined by me, it was defined for me by this program. But in the fall of 2021, I realized that the 12-step ideology no longer fit the person that I'd become. And after much soul searching, I left. And since leaving, I've discovered something pretty incredible, which is my autonomy. And autonomy is the power or right to self-govern and make your own choices. It's exciting to be in the driver's seat and to ask myself, what comes next? What is my purpose now? So when I was a very little girl, I used to swing on this big swing next to our house that my dad put up. And I would remember being very small swinging. And I was thinking, I'm here for something. I knew I had a purpose. I couldn't remember what it was, but I thought it's something big. Maybe I'm a superhero. Maybe I'm supposed to save the world. I don't know what it is, but I know it's there. I just can't bring it into my forefront of my mind. And I couldn't grasp it. It was like a memory of a dream. Have you ever woke up? You feel emotional, you've had a dream, and no matter how hard you try, you can't remember what that dream was about. And that's how I used to feel about my purpose. And it was like, I know I'm here to do something. I don't know what it is, no matter how hard I tried. And then as a young adult, my purpose wasn't something I discovered. It was something dictated to me. And this is just my story. Everybody has their own story, and I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. But for me, I truly believe for over 30 years that my life only mattered if I was out there trying to save every alcoholic and addict that crossed my path. But thankfully, I've traded that heavy burden for something much lighter. My purpose doesn't have to be heavy to be real today. It can be light, it can be simple, it can be quiet. I'm not changing the world, I'm changing my world. And I've decided that being a good, decent human being is enough of a purpose for me. But here's the simple truth. I can't be kind to you if I'm being a bully to myself.
Right.
It all starts with loving myself, and I'm finding new ways to do that every day. Being good to myself actually helps me be a better person to everyone else. So here are a few ways I'm honoring myself today in order to be a better human. I invite you to see if any of these ideas resonate with you too. I am learning to accept my body exactly as it is today, without feeling like I need to fix it. I'm embracing my grandma bod. That's what my doctor called it. Really, it's inevitable that your body changes as you age. I'm healthy, I'm flexible. Today I have all my teeth, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yay.
I'm making peace with food. I'm letting go of the old good food, bad food rules I grew up with. I've learned that when you give yourself unconditional permission to eat, food can lose its power over you. I'm stopping the critical self-talk. I'm practicing talking to myself with the same warmth and encouragement I would give to family and friends. I'm living my truth. I believe my greatest contribution is just being myself. I am committed to being authentic. I'm choosing to be a listener, not a savior. When someone I care about has an issue, I won't try to fix them. I want to be a soundboard, to just be present and truly hear them and not give advice unless they ask for it. And this also means I got to put my phone down and really pay attention. Is everybody hearing that?
Yes.
Thank you. See, put your phone down and pay attention. If you're on your phone, if the phone's on the table, then people think you're really not paying attention to them at all. And they're probably right. I am thinking before I speak. Well, I'm trying. I'm going to ask myself if what I'm about to say, is it helpful, kind, true, or necessary? And here's something really important. And if I'm reaching for a laugh, I'll check my motive. Is this a genuine joke, or am I just being mean-spirited, cloaked in humor?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's my favorite kind of humor. So sticking to this one is really going to be hard, right, Liz? I'm letting go of what is wrong with other people. I found that the less I judge others, the less I judge myself. And I'm choosing forgiveness. By forgiving others for being imperfect, I give myself permission to be imperfect too. And this helps me be more compassionate all the way around. And I'm staying curious. I'm a lifelong learner, and I want to step out of my comfort zone once in a while to see what I'm truly capable of. But here's the other thing. If I don't want to, I'm not shaming myself. It's like, it's okay. I don't have to do anything today that I don't want to do. So none of these ideas are new or revolutionary. Honestly, I think I'm just reminding myself, and maybe you too, of the simple truths we've always known, but sometimes forget to live by. I believe the path to being a good human is built from small, simple choices. And I want to share an example of a simple choice I made once, one that changed my heart forever. So my family has always felt a connection to Woodland Cemetery. My wife and I lived down the road when we were first starting out, and it's where my daughter Maya still lives today. And a big tree just fell on her house, which is really a bummer. Sorry, Maya. It's an old neighborhood with old trees. So Maya and I and other family members have spent countless hours walking through the cemetery, reading the headstones, and talking about life. It's the oldest cemetery in the city, and historically, it was a rare place that welcomed everyone, despite your race, economic status. I mean, this was just unthinkable at the time. Scattered among the graves of governors and heroes, and you might know this, you might not, are QR codes, little white codes, are on little plaques that tell the story of those buried there when you scan them. So most of the stories were researched by strangers. but I had the privilege of recording a video for my friend Margaret. Margaret wasn't a famous figure at all. She was just a wonderfully ordinary woman. And I think, to me, Margaret was a masterclass in how to be a good human. And I'd like to share her spirit with you now through the video that you could see at her gravesite. I'm Carrie Ingram, and this is the history of Margaret May Robinson. I worked for 32 years as a registered nurse at the VA hospital here in Des Moines. Although Margaret was a veteran, I didn't meet her at the VA. I met her at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in 1992 at a cat show. When I met her, Margaret was 71 years old and I was 30. When I saw her at the cat show, I instantly wanted to get to know her. We made small talk. She told me about her cats and I told her about mine. I felt like we'd been friends forever. Margaret had expressive blue eyes and a very clever sense of humor. When we first met, I'd recently divorced and was raising 3 young kids, working full-time at the hospital, and my family all lived an hour away. As I listened to her talk, a voice inside said, invite her to lunch, and that's what I did. The kids and I picked her up at her apartment in a big old house on East Grand the very next day. Margaret became a delightful addition to my little family until her death 8 years later. During our friendship, she shared about her life. She was an only child. Her parents were both deceased. She had no close living relatives, and she never married. Margaret had never driven a car and always rode the city bus. She had said there were many places the buses couldn't take her, so I asked her, where do you want to go? I drove her past her childhood home, to the countryside, neighboring communities, lakes and parks, and to Woodland Cemetery to visit the family's graves. She talked about being adopted. Margaret was born on December 11, 1922, to a young, unwed mother in a small Iowa town. She was adopted shortly after birth by Richard and Daisy Robinson, who had sadly lost 3 baby girls at birth in 1918, 1920, and 1921, right before Margaret was born. All of the babies, according to Margaret, were named Margaret after her maternal grandmother, Margaret Jane Robinson, who was buried near Margaret and her parents. There is a single headstone in memory of the 3 babies. Margaret grew up at 1441 Thompson Avenue in a modest craftsman built in 1915. Thompson Avenue is a wide boulevard on the east side of Des Moines with deep lawns and 2 double rows of tall sycamore trees on either side of the street with sidewalks in between the rows. When I drove Margaret by her childhood home, she told me how much she loved playing under the canopy of trees on her street as a child. She remained an only child and said she was the apple of her father's eye. Richard Robinson worked as a shop superintendent for a local steel company and died of cancer in 1970. Her mother, Daisy, died in 1967 of a stroke. Both parents are buried near Margaret in Block 16. Margaret loved her childhood growing up in Des Moines. As a little girl in the 1920s, her hair was cut in a chin-length bob with bangs, and she dressed in flower-style dresses. Her family had a big friendly dog who joined them around the radio every night to listen to programming. They owned a cabin at Clear Lake, Iowa, where Margaret spent summer swimming with her cousins. She graduated from East High School in 1940. The receipt for her high school classroom was found in a box of her belongings. She saved everything, but unfortunately, the classroom wasn't found. Margaret enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1943. She was sent to the United States Naval Training Academy in the Bronx, New York. I can only imagine how exciting it was for her to be in the big city at the tender age of 22. In 1943, a local paper printed Margaret May Robinson, seaman, first class in the waves, has completed her boot training at Hunter College, New York City, and is stationed now at Charleston, South Carolina, where she will receive special training. Her mother, Mrs. R. W. Robinson, recently returned from visiting her. Following her training, Margaret worked as a clerk at Great Lakes, Illinois. She was awarded the American Campaign Medal to recognize her military service in the American Theater of Operations during World War II and was honorably discharged from the Navy in June of 1947. Always eager to serve her country, she re-enlisted in the military, but this time into the Women's Army Corps, or WAC, in January of 1955 during the Korean conflict. She served for 6 years in the Army as a key punch operator and as an inspector for the U.S. Rubber Company here in Des Moines. Next to serving her country, Margaret's pets were her greatest love. She had a passion for reading and storytelling, and she belonged to the Toastmasters International in the 1980s and 1990s. She volunteered at the VA hospital for years, freely giving back to her fellow veterans. Everyone who knew Margaret loved her. Margaret died unexpectedly at her home on July 17, 2000. Since she had no known living relatives and no pre-burial plan, the city was preparing to bury her at the city cemetery. When I found out she passed away, I reached out to the county coroner's office to let them know that Margaret had a family plot at Woodland Cemetery. I was grateful to be able to share that information with them, or Margaret would have been buried apart from her family. It was an honor to be her advocate and to plan her funeral. Her graveside service included military funeral honors. 2 members from AMVETS Post 0002 folded and presented the flag, and a 3rd member played taps on the bugle. 30+ people showed up for her service, including old friends, her mail carrier, hospital workers, neighbors, and people who knew her from church. We sang on the gold rugged cross, and afterwards I found the funeral programs for her parents, and on the old rugged cross had been sung at both of their funerals.
Aww.
During the service, a scruffy yellow cat zigzagged slowly through the crowd, and Margaret would have loved it.
Aww.
So let the story of Margaret serve as a reminder that our purpose in this lifetime might be something small but profound,
Yeah.
like the simple act of following our hearts and being kind to a stranger. Sorry. I'm finding that a big purpose can be found in very small things, like sharing a sunset photo on Facebook so someone
Yeah.
feels less alone, or giving a smile that makes a stranger feel seen, or just being a good neighbor, a trustworthy friend, a good listener. As I head into this new year, I am committing to my own goodness, and I'm done trying to reach the top of the mountain. I'm just walking the sweet, simple path to being a good human. 2026, just be a good human. I have a feeling that's exactly what the world is waiting for.
Yay! The orange mic went dead, Clayton. So we're gonna use the green one. Green. All right. I guess, you know what? Spirit provides. I don't know why it went dead, but it did. Thank you, Carrie, for that beautiful message, and I concur wholeheartedly. Yes, give her another round of applause. Be a good woman. It's not hard, just be it. All right, if you are willing and able to share your resources with Unity Center of Des Moines, now is your opportunity to do so. If you are joining us online, the Venmo Unity-Des Moines is right there in the description of this video. If you're here in person, there will be a little basket passed around, and we also accept Venmo at Unity-Des Moines. Our logo is the profile picture. Or you can go to Zelle if you're familiar with that. And that's on our email, which is info@unitydesmoines.com. So we are extremely grateful for your contributions. It helps keep this building going and host the full spectrum of events that we have here to have great speakers like Carrie come, and we are very grateful. But whatever your contributions are, whether they are of a financial, spiritual, energetic, or physical level, we would like to offer the following affirmation. We can say this all together. I am infinitely abundant. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I thankfully acknowledge the divine source. And I'd like to invite Chip up to the stage. He is going to do our special music today. And I'm going to move the camera.
Good morning, everyone. Carrie reached out to me and asked me if I would sing today and requested this specific song. So thank you, Carrie, for the invite. Very kind of you. We met this fall at the Okoboji Writers and Songwriters Retreat. I'm a part of a group called the Iowa Writers Collaborative. And anyhow, before I get into this song, because it seems consistent with a lot of messaging that's happening here this morning, songs to me are empathetic vignettes, and I think they're just these wonderful opportunities to look at the world through somebody else's eyes. And there's a lot of opportunity in that. This song's called "Carry Us Home." It just kind of follows a story of a couple. They've been through some things, but they're doubling down on this idea of love to get through life together and make things better. This is called "Carry Us Home." I don't know where the time has gone, and if we'll ever find it again. If memory serves me right, I was wrong most of the time back then. If the lights go out, would you stay in the dark? Tell me a story where we're not apart. And love, it's gonna carry us home. Love, it's gonna carry us home. Your eyes look tired and my mind likes to think about what might have been. And our road's well traveled, but I promise it'll be different this time, my friend. If you give me a whisper of love to lighten the spark, I'll sing you a song straight from my heart. And love, it's gonna carry us home. Love, it's gonna carry us home. these memories run together like the mist of yesterday's dawn. Some better than others, I pray. Think of the good one. 'Cause where would I be without you? And I know if you must, but no, you'll always brighten my step. And love is gonna carry us all. Love is gonna carry us home. Carry us home. Thank you very much.
Love it. It's going to carry us home. Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chip. And I think you were going to mention something else about a sign in the back.
Oh, sure. I read a weekly column on Substack for the Iowa Writers Collaborative. It's free if anybody wants to sign up on your way out today. And there are also some stickers back there that say we're all living chemistry experiments, which is something I believe, which is like Harry and others are saying, which starts with give yourself grace, and then it's a whole lot easier on everybody else too. And so we're always changing and changing. That was a song lyric that I decided to take a March sticker. Thank you.
Thank you again, Chip. And I'd like to dedicate this offering to do the work of Spirit and Truth with the people of Unity Center of Des Moines. And we are grateful. I'm going to share a few words about the Burning Mobile Windshield that we're going to do next. This has been a long-standing tradition in Unity, and it's often held right around New Year's. And what we ask participants to do is to write down any limiting beliefs, negative patterns, or past hurts on that little paper or the bay leaves in the back that you've been given. And then we're going to burn them in this ceremonial bowl to symbolize releasing those burdens, creating space for new intentions, spiritual cleansing, and a fresh start, aligning with Unity's principles of letting go to welcome divine guidance and personal growth. The key aspects of our ceremony are releasing and letting go, or writing down and letting go, let go of fear, resentments, old stories, bad habits. And then we'll use the symbolic fire, which is a real one in this case. Your written words are placed into the fire, with fire representing purification and smoke symbolizing release to the spiritual realm. This provides a spiritual cleansing, creating a conscious shift, freeing you from the past and making room for new possibilities and divine inspiration. And it's a prelude to new beginnings for you, welcoming new intentions, positive focus, a renewed sense of purpose. And so we'll ask you to reflect for a few moments, and maybe you've had time, we announced this last week, so you've had a little time to reflect. But ask yourself, what's no longer serving this? And then use the guidance that you received when you reflected upon that, your inner voice. And then write on a slip of paper the things you want to let go. And just a word or two is fine. Then we're going to burn it safely up here. And the focus will be on feeling spiritual cleansing and welcoming the new space for good to unfold. And I do want to just share a brief little story about one of the first ministers in Unity I worked for in Omaha, a lot of years ago. He said, this is like taking out your garbage. And he said that so many of us, after we get it to the curb, hang on to those strings on the bag, and that thing and still told us back, let go of the strings, just leave the garbage on the curb. Free yourself and see what happens to you. And Steve's going to help guide people through the line up here after you. And Chip is going to do another wonderful song. He wrote that last one, and this one also is that.
Yeah. I would just say very quickly, I looked up about this ceremony, which is new to me, but it sure seems like a great thing. And that it's an opportunity to release things. And so I decided to choose this song, which I wrote for a friend, and my good friend Ramon showed up today. And this song is called Sunshine Rick. It's about a mutual friend of ours, this wonderful man, Rick Singleton, that's done all sorts of great work always over at the Grub Y in the city. And I kind of wanted to pay tribute to those folks out there that are always finding good and good in their service and doing different things. And so that's kind of what this song's about as you think about all of that. And then the very last line in this last verse felt very apropos today. So thank you all for allowing me to be here today. And thanks.
Before you get into the song tip, I have some logistics.
Please, let's just get away.
Okay, so actually, we've talked about learning safely. One reason to do that is after you write whatever you're wanting to release on the paper, or the video is different. So I'm just talking about paper. If you could roll it up, kind of small, and then kind of crinkle it so it has some texture. I've done mine, and then when you light it like so, you can safely just drop it into the bowl. Okay. If you have the baby, that doesn't need to it'll crumple, so it'll just, you can touch it to the fire and drop it in the sand. And as we do this, if we could start with the people in the back, if you could come over this side by the gongs, walk in front, I'll be right here by the fire, because there's a fire extinguisher. Not that we're gonna need it, but we just come prepared. And then if you just walk that way, we can work our way to the front, and then everyone's gotten through, then we'll do our closing, universal greeting of peace and closing song, and there's snacks at the end of it. So take your time, take it away, Chip.
You bet. I've seen the sun shine through the pouring rain. Everybody's laughing. No one's feeling pain. No. Well, yeah. And I've seen the magic in a pair of eyes. It's learning it's better to always try what's right. Okay. This is kind of a sing-along part too, if you get this right. And whoa, can you see it too? About imagining a better place. And whoa, can you see it too? It lives deep inside of you. And I've seen the ruins of what's to come when we don't listen or try to get along. Okay. But I got a question for you folks. Well, can you see it too? Well, can you see it too? It lives deep inside of you. And I've seen the glory when we bury a burden of something always hard to carry. Yeah. Last time. Well, can you smell it too? Whoa, can you smell it too? Well, it's deep inside of you. I'll just start. I've seen the sun shine through the pouring rain. Everybody's laughing. No one's feeling pain. Uh-huh. Walk and you see it too. Walk and you see it too. Live deep inside of you. And I've seen the glory when we bury a burden of something always hard to carry. Mm. Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna pass it over to Deb here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. It's okay.
Yeah, here's what it like.
There you go, girl.
Yeah, we go. You can just sit and listen to it. Like, yeah.
Now that we have released and let go and it's continuing to burn, I want to invite everybody to think about, what do you want to bring in? Because now there's an empty space. Carrie invited us all to be a good human in whatever that looks like for us, in a way of ease and grace and showing up and doing what's natural for us. Imagine that. Imagine if our purpose is to do what is natural for us and to bring that in our gifts to the world. So I just invite you to ponder that and to fill that void with something positive you want to bring in. Now Deb is going to lead us through the universal greeting of peace from the Gandhi Foundation. I invite everyone to stand up and follow along as she leads us through the words and hand motions.
So I'll offer them to you and just repeat them back. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I hear your beauty.
I hear your
I
needs.
hear your needs.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from the higher source.
My wisdom flows through my heart.
I salute that source in you.
And I see that for you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let's just together.
Thank you.
Yes, let's do that.
All right, thank you, everyone. Now it's time for our closing song. I'd like to invite everyone to just make a great big circle around the room. We got a lot of people, so we got plenty of people to make a big circle. We usually hold hands. If you don't want to hold hands, that's okay. Just put your hands over your heart. And we're going to sing the closing song. The light of the divine surrounds us. The love of the divine holds us. The power of the divine protects us. The presence of the divine watches over us. Wherever we are, the divine is, and all is well. Yay! Thank you, everyone. We need a little bit of help with the chairs. We need 2 rows of 6 in the back and all the rest along the wall. Like I said, there are snacks and refreshments in the community room. Please stay and chat, and hope to see you next week. Thank you, everyone.
And I just need to have that kind of connection.
Because you can just go through all that on your own, which is great. It's kind of. Yes. It's there. It's there. I should. Do you have? Well, it's. I'll check it out. Yeah.
Actually, since you're here, I was gonna give myself this here. You know, I was supposed to be an expert in, by the audience. I can that.
Well, I'll contact you. They see something. Yeah, see, that's it. Yeah, I mean. You know, Mary.
There is possible.
Yeah. I made seed. 11 years ago. But it's just, it's just. I did. Yeah, I've been like, it's like,
And then you get to watch us do.
You really are. I got it. Well, and